even though it's saying going live, I assume that we are live. So
We
I'm
are
gonna keep talking like we're
live.
live.
Oh my god. It's Adapt Crypto. We are at it again.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's very good. It's very good to be here, guys. It's very good to be here every single time because I don't know. It's just fun doing a live stream. You guys should try it sometime. Actually, don't. We're doing it.
We'll do it for you. No, you can. We'll jump in. We'll say, hey, like your channel. I liked, I subscribed. I've even turned my notification bell on. Shout out to Karate Digital and Will D and JD DJ. Thank you for joining us today. Let's run through the market. We've had a bit of a choppy day. There's been some high performers, of course, which has been absolutely dandy. One of the stars in that I've noticed is T-Fuel, absolutely killing it, as well as Theta. Massive
T-Fuel.
Games.
Theta's just getting started, guys. With Samsung and Google are validators. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a thing. It's happening.
Yep, 100%. It feels good to be to do research and be paid for your research, essentially. But overall, the market has been okay. We haven't seen much downside. There's a few projects here a little bit in the red, but nothing too concerning. Bitcoin is showing some choppiness, and I'm sure Harry will sort of talk about it because we've had a big bounce, and unfortunately, things just don't go straight up. And if they do, then it sort of cashes out a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd say it's actually kind of fortunate that Bitcoin isn't just blasting off continuously, because that would be a parabolic blow off top sort of signal happening. This I think would mean that we still got room to grow. But Gooding, I'm curious. I got your screen pulled up, but it looks like you got the YouTube channel, and we are getting the awesome infinity mirror effect going down.
Give me 1 second. I'm going
I'm
to
a
do
fan
this. And now I'll do this. Let's see. Does that change?
There we go. There we go.
Okay, sweet. We're good. Sorry, I don't know what I did there. That was on. But let's keep cracking in. Bitcoin dominance. I haven't shown this one for a while. I do want to show that right now the Bitcoin dominance. I didn't mean to move that. Is breaking to the downside on this huge support. This is a yearly support line that I've drawn. And it's bounced off it, quite a few times over the years. There's 5 times there. There's 6, 7, and it was bouncing off. It sort of was like a bit of a pinball machine effect there.
Looks
but
like
it's been
flipping
bouncing.
resistance.
Yeah, but it's sort of just hopped up just a little bit now. As some of the alts have taken a little bit of a hit. Now we'll see. We'll sort of see what this daily close comes in at. But I think we're starting to see, we saw Bitcoin move quite quickly, and the alts didn't quite move. Some of them did, but they didn't move that quickly to keeping up with Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin stopped. They did catch up. However, it's just something to keep a note of. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to just absolutely moon and leave alts in the dust. What do you think,
Yeah,
Marsh?
I mean, I'm not a TA expert. Obviously, we leave that to our mastermind, Harry. But I'm just looking at the candles. That is some insane chop that has been happening since February compared historically to the other candles that we're looking at, that you could really sort of see, sort of we're trending up and now we're trending down. But just look, the size of those candles in the wicks, it's really just, it seems like nobody really knows what to do in this market, where to put their money, and I can relate. It's really hard at this moment in time to know exactly what's going to go down with alts, with Bitcoin and everything. It seems like, I don't know, I'm just personally seeing some indecision there in those candle formations. But again, not financial advice, and I'm not a TA guy, so
this is probably one of the charts that you do want to go down, because if the Bitcoin dominance goes down, then it's good for alts, right?
Bitcoin dominance is kind of like golf, right?
Lower the score, the better, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No. What's going on with Ethereum, though? I thought it was going to just blast off to 2K. I guess also some indecision happening there.
Yeah, a little bit slow. Our mission to Mars has been stalled just a little bit. I think we had to do a bit of a refuel at one of the gas stations halfway. Between Moon and Mars, but I think we're sort of, for starters, the 12th and 13th of March, lots of fun. Everyone goes, that's when the market crashes, because that's what's happened in 2020, right? So I think once we get past that psychological date, sounds crazy to say that, I think we're going to see a bit of a Mars adventure. That was so losery. And I think we're going to see the. I think we're going to start seeing, Ethereum start to hit those all-time prices. And if you have a look at it just over here where Saturn is, I'll probably just overshot the target a little bit, but around the 15th of April, we've talked about this, is a special date for Ethereum and its scalability.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
So
reckon that's where we're going to make a trip to Saturn.
nice. So the placement of Saturn is not completely arbitrary. That is a related date. I have to remind myself constantly when this is markets. You're looking at these charts and you're like, oh, this is a science. I'm going to draw lines and I'm going to figure this out. But literally everybody is trying to figure out what to do in this market, and it is a constant game of a chicken that we're playing. For you as well as the gigantic bags, there's other millionaires sitting there being like, should I throw 10 mil at Ethereum right now? I'm not sure, maybe, right? It's not a science. It's humans. Humans are weird. They do weird stuff. So we'll see. I'm curious, but long term, it seems like we're trending up. That's just something I'm
Yeah.
seeing, and maybe other billionaires are seeing as well. So
I dare say you could draw a line that just sort of goes up like this, and then you just ask yourself, which direction are we going? Yeah, that's definitely up.
yeah,
There's no argument
I
there.
see an uptrend, and I'm sure other people are seeing that as well. So
All right, but what is bullish is this: $1.4 billion printed today. It was 1 billion. Everyone was saying 1 billion. It was 1.4. Things are looking juicy. And for that, if you looked at the thumbnail, US dollar comes in, USDT comes out.
that is almost as much as the entire stimulus package that was just approved. Like, is this the U.S. government like minting Tether instead of sending it out to the people? Maybe whoever was in charge of this
Imagine.
payout, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna send it to the people, but let me just throw it at Bitcoin just for like a week. I'll see what happens. With my 1.4
Well,
billion.
2x, and then we can take out initial and then pay everyone.
I'm not saying that's what's happening, but yeah, very bullish. Very bullish to hear
Definitely-
that gigantic
definitely
number
what's
being
happening.
printed.
And yeah, 100% agree, Karate. Definitely could be a chance for a really big alt season. We'll see though. Yet to confirm, and I agree. CZ is milking some hype at the moment with prolonging an announcement. And quick shout out to
Yeah,
Pawan.
here's what he's talking about. I'm guessing it's something with BSC. That's just sort of my gut feeling. I mean, what else would he wouldn't be hyping some just regular coin launch? There's got to be some revolutionary thing. He's again, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
I agree. It's going to be interesting to sort of see what he comes up with. I have a feeling it could be to do with his the Binance pay system, the card, which is something I'm very excited. I would love the opportunity to just not have to deal with a bank. I could just deal with Binance, for instance, and I go, cash out at the end of the bull run and just go, yeah, I'm just going to buy a house with my Binance card. Boom.
Again, as an American, every time Binance gets mentioned, I get a little sad because CZ does not like me. He built me just like this just really lame version of Binance where there's like 5 coins on it and none of the launch pads, none of the other stuff. And I'm just wondering when CZ is going to be my friend. I'm not holding my breath though.
Look, I dare say he does want to help you out, Marsh, but
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's America that doesn't want to help. Help that
So
relationship.
you're saying it's me, it's not you. Isn't that the opposite of what the breakup speech
Yeah,
is supposed to be like?
if me is the US as a nation, then yeah.
It's okay.
But
It's
yeah,
okay.
moving right along. Ethereum, one of the reasons why you're starting to see a bit of price action, and I'll caveat this. Ethereum was down in the dumps for a little while there. It was oversold. It was spat on. It was kicked while it was down, and and for good reason too. Like gas fees were ridiculous. People have been raging for over 3 months now, and that is, if there had been any other organization where these things were unreasonable, everyone would pack up, right? But Ethereum it still has a monopoly right now, and it's been way too sluggish. Its dad bod is just out of control. It's not looking good, and people want to put their money where it's best treated. So one of the reasons why we're starting to see a bit of price action, and I am watching BNB and Ethereum very carefully because I have a feeling Ethereum is going to start to absolutely moon. My money's going back all in on Ethereum, most likely. And that's not financial advice as well. And one of the reasons is because of the Berlin hard fork in April 15th, where I strategically placed my Saturn target. Now, this is, for those who don't know, this is the update that's going to bring scalability with the use of rollups and optimism, 100x. For scalability. Who's not a fan of 100x, right?
I feel like he's just using that term because people want 100x. It doesn't mean that Ethereum itself is going to 100x. They're 100xing their throughput. So don't get too excited, guys.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited, guys. I'm sure Ethereum will 100x at some point, but I don't know. Not by April.
But what he did say though is they're looking at moving from between 1,000 and 4,000 transactions per second. I have a feeling it's currently 15 transactions per second. So you can already see there, because they're able to what they call sharding, they're scaling the information, and rather than having to send this big sluggish block, instead they break it up into little bits, and then they just piece the information they actually need. Then they send the information to where they go, and in these smaller sort of packages. So I have a bit of a read there. I'll put this in the Discord in the news channel, and for the tech. Moving right along, I won't go too much into this. Bitcoin ATMs have 1.5x, no, 2.5x, 170%, 100. Yeah. Anyway, lots of Bitcoin ATMs. They're in front of everyone's faces. Bullish, right? And here's another bullish sign: 250 million going into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Cool. This news is just it's bullish. It's coming often. Things are getting a little bit crazy, and I think everyone's looking around, going, "Oh, maybe we're not going to dump. Maybe it's safe to put our money back in." They're sticking their little toes in. They're like, "Oh, this is a cheap over here. Oh, this is cheap over here," and then they're loading up, and the retail is like, probably scared for too long.
Well, I think a lot of people do remember what happened back in 2018, that it did just, the bottom fell out completely, and I'm sure a lot of normies did get burned at the time. I wasn't as intensely into blockchain at the time. I had a little bit of holdings, and I did actually space out. I got to admit, after the crash happened, because it was like, well, that was cool, but I guess it didn't work out. And I think a lot of people just have left it right there. They haven't been looking at the new developments. They don't know what DeFi is. They don't know what Chainlink is. They don't know all of the cool new stuff that has happened, that has made blockchain in general an unstoppable force that is going to change the world. It isn't just Bitcoin anymore and that whole thing. But most people don't know that. And I was looking at some stats. I forgot exactly where, but we are nowhere near the 2018 levels for search frequency, wallets for like regular people. Because the important thing to notice, this is really bullish when Grayscale is buying all this Bitcoin up, and all of the like hedge funds are really starting to get into it. But those are hyper intelligent people. They're trying to maximize with their gains, possibly through shorting and other sort of manipulative measures. And that's the kind of thing that makes the number go up and down and cause people to worry and everything. And the other thing about like insane institutional money flowing in is that that makes these people have influence, is all I'm going to say. They can call up their friends and get certain news stories published that are favorable to them. And that's not the market that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the market where there is zero question in most people's mind. Obviously, you're going to give it some Bitcoin. Like, are you joking? Are you an irresponsible monster? And we're not at that phase quite yet, which again makes us early, makes me bullish. Let's go, guys.
Norwegian, been in the news a few times here. Norwegian billionaire publishes remarkably bullish letter on Bitcoin. So this was interesting because in this letter, he sort of talks about how they're adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Cool. But what was most interesting is that they start talking about how their company is going to take an active role in the Bitcoin community or cryptocurrency community. So I think this is interesting because it's almost like they're investing in their own investments by putting people in who specialize in understanding the environment rather than just going to their broker and be like, yo, got some Bitcoin, bro, and then they just buy Bitcoin and they add it to the balance sheet. These guys are like, yo, let's get involved and let's understand this a little more. Let's actively be a part of the community and see where this takes us. So I think this is good. I think this is very good because all of a sudden you've got, people just not seeing it as an investment. They're getting involved, which is what the whole purpose of cryptocurrency is, right? We all love our DAOs, and that's some of it's partly the reason why we're here.
Bullish.
Litecoin. So we had someone on the channel. He raged because the LTC, the BTC chart wasn't looking too bullish. And I just want to say a quick shout out to Lena, a short Bitcoin scam daily. Yeah, I'm assuming you're shorting Bitcoin scams daily, so good for you, man. So Litecoin Mimblewimble code is looking good. I think.
What is that name? Sorry, it cracks me up. I can't. Is this like Harry Potter or something?
Yeah. It's a little bit. It's a bit funny. And it is a little bit odd. But this is something I think they've talked about for quite some time. It brings a few different things, but it's currently in the. They've just finished their audit, and it's meant to come out halfway through March. And what was it meant to bring? It was something to do with Litecoin miners, a final say with upgrade. I just know it was bullish at this stage. I've forgotten what it was actually meant to be. I'm really sorry. Oh, it was something to do with privacy.
It was there at the bottom there. They said they're not going to have to shut down the coin if they get called a privacy coin.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get. I'm sure we'll see gains for Litecoin, but it's hard to get super excited about Litecoin, honestly, because it's not. I think the only super old coins that I'm always excited about are Bitcoin and Ethereum, and everything else. There's just too many new awesome projects going down, and I just don't have the capital to invest in every single coin. Also, that's probably not a good portfolio strategy. Not investment advice. This is not financial advice.
Yeah. And just an update on one of the most bullish NFTs, currently one of the most expensive NFTs, the most expensive NFT, 7.5 hours. So you can still get your wealthy bids in to bid for this piece of art for a cheeky $13.25 million. So if that's something you're into, and you can afford, get right on it, right? But right now, this is awesome for the space. Everyone's starting to see auctions on an official auction website, and it's going for 13 million. So this is bullish for cryptocurrency NFTs. I think, although some are saying it's in a bit of a bubble, I think some of the art is potentially is, but I think if you are buying in the right space, the right from the right types of artists, people are getting excited, especially if they can show it off at home. So just keep that in mind. Bullish on NFTs, and I'll let Marsh talk to. Are you going to talk a little bit about the music?
Yeah, I got some NFT news for you. Yeah. I mean, I picture these rich people. They're going to buy a 4K monitor and hang it on their wall, and they're going to display the NFT. And then when their rich friends come over, they'll be like, "You got one of these? Are you an idiot? Because I got one." I wouldn't underestimate the press. The good waves that will come from these high figures, even though some people will get absolutely wrecked buying the wrong NFTs. That has to be said as well.
I've said it here before. Buy it directly from the artist. Do not buy it after it's already 100x going from hand to hand, because you don't want to be the last person hanging on to it. If your intention is to quickly flip it, maybe just love the art.
Yeah,
Good
it's
for
like
you, man.
musical chairs a little bit.
It is. Yeah, here's a project we talked about a couple of months ago, actually. It's Labs Group. It's been in the Gems channel for quite some time, and they're doing a bit of a promotion at the moment where they're doing an IDO giveaway, right? Where you provide LP tokens on L Pool from memory. Sorry, was it L Pool? No, it was MantraDAO. That's what it was. And you can essentially provide liquidity, and for a certain period of time, on from the 15th. They will do a snapshot of all the wallets that are providing liquidity. They will choose one person from that, and 2 weeks later, they'll choose their the winner. And essentially, you get a hotel, a resort property giveaway in Phuket. So that's pretty cool, right? Like that's exciting. It's valued at $150,000. Is the grand prize US. Yeah, and there's a few, second prizes, Apple iPhone 12 and some HomePod minis. Where and maybe you're not a fan of property, but I like it. I like the idea of having a holiday home in Phuket. It'd be
You should
awesome.
be a fan of property. Property values are going up, I would say,
Yeah,
long term.
bullish.
Well, and
uh,
this is going to explode like rewards for providing liquidity. Like you thought you were just getting transaction fees, but now this is like the new bar. Like, so what properties are you offering to provide NFTs? Like, rewards are going up.
But yeah, this is exciting. Like this is where it's good to see some sort of material items. And if you don't know Labs, I've talked about it a while ago here, but it's a project that's all about investing in property and getting liquidity and sort of linking in some of those yields with the LP providers. So there's a lot more to it. I'm not really doing it justice there, but I have a look at them because they got a very, very professional team. They already have $2 billion worth of property lined up, ready to go, and it's about to launch. So, get amongst it, guys. And we have a request here asking for Will, what do you think about Symbol? And it's BSCX. Maybe I do not have that.
Oh,
I thought it might have been that. Let's go BSCX crypto.
that is
Sorry.
interesting about Nem doing a enterprise thing though. That other site you had pulled up. Um,
Yes, NEM
yeah,
has been very bullish. In fact, I think they're about to do their snapshot for an airdrop or something for one of their new tokens, which is why the price literally just absolutely mooned recently. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about Bitcoin ATMs and all the more sort of public facing things, but I think the thing that will set blockchain and this whole industry just on fire will be industry adopting it for their actual use, and not just because it's cool and buzzwordy, but because it's actually useful to them in their businesses.
yeah, 100%, mate. Look, so from Will, I haven't actually, I have seen this in the Telegram. I just haven't actually dived into it, but some cool things here. They're partnered with Yield, DeFiYield.info. They've got an audit there. They've got insurance. These are pretty cool. Referral trading. I'm assuming this is an exchange, right, on the Binance Smart Chain. There's some really cool projects in here. Um,
Definitely, I don't know. I guess words have power.
you know.
Just the CEX acronym for centralized exchange always sort of cracked me up, and this having the S in their name as well. I don't want to say it out loud, guys. Maybe you see what I'm saying here. It just seems like an attractive project, I guess I would say.
Yeah, it's very interesting here. They seem like they've got quite a bit of support and partnership. So I actually feel a little bit silly that I didn't know much about this. Oh wow, they got okay, cool.
Coin
It's,
98,
it's
nice.
actually looking pretty good, mate. To be honest, we can sort of see what Pancake Swap is, and quite a few of us. Um, uh, I've just read the comments there. Pancake swap, right? It's a cool function, but I dare say there's room to grow. For instance, Pancake Swap doesn't have its own inbuilt, charting system, and it's exactly like Uniswap. Who would have guessed, right? But I think there's some room to grow and to steal some of that $1 billion market share that Pancake Swap has, and maybe this is it, right? Maybe you can do your limit orders here. There's a bit of staking. There you go. There's charting.
Oh,
This
nice.
this is exciting. So this is coming soon. So it won't come out straight away. Thanks for bringing this up, mate. We should definitely do a bit of a dive into this.
Yeah, it looks like
Where did
Pancake
the
Swap's on board there too. I mean, I like Pancake Swap too. I like Pancake Swap, but just if you're really trying to legitimize Binance Smart Chain and the whole thing, having bunnies swimming in syrup pools is maybe not the best look for like the professional class. As a degen, I like it, I appreciate it, but if we're trying to legitimize and get the rugs out of Binance Smart Chain, I think people are looking for something a little more professional looking like this. My personal opinion.
Slice, just to answer your question, mate, bullish and bearish is a traditional sort of finance term. Bullish just means, like a bullet just charges and it just keeps going up. So green candles are associated with bullish. Everyone's excited. They don't even think, they just charge ahead and, buy, right? And bearish, I think relates to hibernation, right? Bears like to hibernate.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go sleep. I'm not going to care about the market. So it's not a crypto term. It's a traditional finance sort of term for for stocks or all that sort of good stuff. But just to cap off this, I'll finish talking about this. But things look pretty good here, Will. They got some solid burgers. Well, they got an Oracle there, which is good, and that's the only legitimate Oracle that I'm tracking anyway on the Binance Smart Chain. There's some cool things here. I'm actually very impressed, and I'm going to have a good look at this.
Nice.
I'm a nerd, and that's what I do. And Marsh, that's all I've got, mate.
Well, that's what we're all about here. We really appreciate any sort of tips and ideas coming from the community. Like, this isn't, I think it has to be stated over and over again that it's this whole channel. It is just me and Gooding or Harry or the other people presenting. Like, we are an army. We really need your help here in the Telegram or in the Discord. We are constantly reviewing and looking at tips from the community because it's just there's too much information to crunch through, and there's a lot of bad scams, just bad information, and we honestly need your help to get the best information. That's why we have the power that we do, and we can only grow. So grow with us. Get in the Telegram, and we're almost. I just want to say hi to everybody. It's great to see some like flame emojis in the chat. I'm into that. Even if it's spam, like whatever, I don't care. Like let's get the chat rolling, because we are almost at 1,000 subscribers, and that's just I feel honored, honestly, because it's hard to grow a YouTube channel, and we are almost at that 1,000 subscriber mark. And yeah, just tell your friends. We are growing rapidly. Now, yeah, I don't want to take too much more of your guys' precious time because we are getting on here.
I did talk for too long.
No,
Sorry.
don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it, dude. I'm excited about Fetch AI getting this $5 million grant from GDA. Everybody's like, artificial intelligence. It's not happening. It's too early for artificial intelligence. I have just a warning for you guys. Artificial intelligence already exists. It's being used for all sorts of different things. And I think it's exciting to see a project like Fetch getting some more seed money because they honestly deserve it. I think it's a really powerful project. Not financial advice, but
he actually done a video on Fetch.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. She's very bullish on it, 100%.
No, very exciting. Very exciting.
Really cool.
Very exciting. Yeah. So just a quick follow up there for that. Quickly, bullish news on Grayscale. They are looking for they posted about jobs. They are expanding so rapidly. They're buying up so much crypto. It's sort of mind-boggling, and people are guessing that this job listing is hinting at an ETF that's coming. And with Canada already listing their ETF, it really is just a matter of time before somebody at the SEC approves an ETF for crypto. And I think Grayscale is definitely sort of a leader there in the space. And just as I was looking at Grayscale, I mean, if you go over to their website, you can check out their different funds or whatever, and you can see these different trusts. And I just want to sort of point your attention because this was blowing my mind a little bit. Like, I know what Bitcoin is, I know what Ethereum is, but I don't know that much about Horizon. It's just not a coin that I think is in a lot of people's mouths these days in the crypto space. And since it wasn't that familiar to me, I do want to call your attention to it. It is one of their trusts. But at the same time, if we go over to CoinGecko, the market cap is 500 mil. This is still a pretty small coin considering Grayscale, this massive company, is investing in it. So it's just something I would maybe consider looking at. It sort of has a privacy function, and yeah, we were talking off stream a little bit that privacy. Everybody's going after Zcash. They're going after Monero. Like, right? You're not supposed to be buying drugs on the internet anymore. That's like from the previous era of crypto. But even in the enterprise situation, even as we go forward in the future, there will be need for privacy in finance. That's just sort of a fact. We can't have everything on the open blockchain if we are moving to blockchain systems. And I think something that they're probably doing is having sort of a permission function so you can share your transaction data with, say, the IRS or something else. Not saying that Horizon is going to be the global currency, but it just is interesting to me that Grayscale is investing there. You have any thoughts on this, Gooding?
Yeah, look, privacy coins do have a place. And it really depends, where that place is. I dare say it won't. I don't think governments will allow to have 100% privacy. For instance, tax evasion is a no for governments. They like to have their a little bit of money, and the other thing is that money laundering. We've had a few scam cases, ransom cases here in Australia where they wanted to be paid in Monero. So, a few weeks later, the Australian government was like, nope, no more privacy coins, get them off. And here we are.
No, and I can sort of understand that. We do want blockchain to be legitimized. It is kind of cool to be just swapping willy-nilly and thinking, oh, the government's never going to find me. They can't find me. But we reported on that recently in a live stream that the IRS is launching an operation to find your hidden coins. They're going to figure this stuff out. And I mean, it's a blockchain. They have all the transactions. And if they want to throw money behind it, they will find out what you bought, even the sketchy scam coin. I think a lot of people are just like losing money on those sketchy scam coins. So maybe you're not going to have a ton of revenue to report to the IRS anyways. But for those of you that are making sick gains, possibly using bots to get 100Xs, they're probably going to find you sooner or later. So if you're using a bot, I'm kind of jealous, but also watch your back. So I did want to get into just NFT news here at the end because NFTs are what's happening. This is a personal thing. Winklevoss twins. I just don't like their faces. I feel every time I look at them, I want to punch them in the face. There's just something about them that makes me want to punch them. It's not a threat. It's not a violence thing. I'm sure you've heard that term, like punchable face. There's just something rubs me the wrong way about them. But they are getting into this NFT company, Nifty, which I don't know if you've heard about Nifty, but it's definitely a fascinating project in the NFT space. And that is where Grimes and Kings of Leon, Beeple, like everybody's getting in on this thing. And so obviously the Winklevoss twins are not going to let themselves get away with this. And I don't know, maybe you can correct me in the chat, but I think this was the platform where it's interesting. You can actually like go on the platform and just do the drawing. They have like a drawing thing and also like a history. So you can have like a time lapse of the drawing that you made and then you can mint it right away. We're going to get away eventually from this OpenSea thing where it costs a ton of money for you to mint your NFT and it's only sort of for the fancier artists. They're going to want just everybody and their children making their own NFTs because that's, again, what's going to get that mass adoption going on. But as we're seeing here with these numbers, billions of dollars are flowing into NFTs and we are just at the beginning, guys. I don't want to promise you anything, especially not financial advice, but NFTs, they are happening. They are happening in a serious way. And here's another article that is just confirming that, right? We talked about the Kings of Leon thing. I don't know if you're a Kings of Leon fan, but they made millions off of their NFT sales. But now we are going to see just an unstoppable wave of every single artist under the sun. Again, I don't want to guarantee things, but multi-platinum recording artist Lil Pump is getting into NFTs. I think his name is kind of good for crypto, Lil Pump.
Yeah, 100%. It's appropriate.
But he is launching these NFTs via Suite, and I don't know. I think it looks dumb, but he has a ton of fans, and this is just gonna continue to blow up. And I feel like we're gonna stop reporting on individual artists and their NFT drops because it will just quickly become so normalized that, like, where's your NFT, bro? Like, are you a real artist? I want the NFT and you're not offering me one. That's just where I see this headed. And I did just also want to quickly follow up on this project called a Catalog, because I just got the email that they launched in beta, I think just yesterday, and I was just clicking through. They got a bunch of cool artists on here. It is a pretty small catalog that they have here, right? You can really just scroll up and down. It's really just a handful of artists that have signed up on here, but many more collectors have signed up here. And that is, I would say bullish just for this project that is really sort of under the radar. And it's a very interesting idea. You can click onto any of these albums, these pieces of music, and you can obviously click play. I don't want to click play because I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. But yeah, and then you can scroll down. They got the notes and the lyrics and everything. They are catalog certified, and you get this check mark saying it is guaranteed unmodified. This is the original track from this, which is interesting. But then when you scroll down, if you actually want to download this thing, you have to make an offer. And as you can see, this particular piece of music is already going for an ETH, which is pretty bullish, I would say. So you can make an offer and download it. And I got to look into this a little bit more, but it seems like either from the artist side or maybe from the bidder side, you can decide your slice. So if more than one like if you want to make your piece of music extremely exclusive, you can say there's only one slice, only one person can own this piece of music, or you can say the slices are a percent or a fraction of percent, and then everybody can get a little slice of it. But this is really just, as a musician myself, this is very powerful, very democratizing for the music industry, because normally you're used to just giving all of your revenue away to the platform that you have the honor of posting your music to. And this is just a complete about face. All of the money is going back to the artist, and you get to choose how you monetize your art as opposed to the company. So I'm excited for Catalog. It seems like it's just getting started. They're going to need some more artists to sign up, obviously. And there's going to be this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, so there's going to be a lot of fighting over the revenue streams for what happens here. But I'm excited about this project, and I'm going to keep my eyes on it. I don't think they have a token yet, but what do you think about this, Gooding?
Yeah, bullish. I think it's interesting what they could probably do with this. Let's just say, rather than just owning music and paying $1,800 for it, what if you were to own a part of that royalty? So let's just say 100,000's invested in it, and let's just say it's Epic Music, right? But you own a part of that music, and then the more that it gets used, right? Essentially, the artist has sold it for $100,000 there, but maybe they could use it and earn more money with it because they own a slice of the original NFT. Because you own the music. Once you buy the music, it's meant to be exclusive. You're meant to own it. So I don't know. Like they could do a lot of things with this. I'm excited. I couldn't see myself paying a lot of money for music when I know I can just get it on Spotify, for much cheaper. So it needs to be something exclusive. It needs to be something where, or maybe I could make money off it. I don't know. They need to be a bit creative here. I don't think they could just. Yeah, I'd like to see what they come up with.
Yeah, I don't think artists are going to stop posting their music to YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music just instantaneously. But like you're saying, it's a really interesting way possibly to bootstrap as a younger artist, right? We're used to all of these IDOs where people are basically asking for your money based on a promise of future awesome development of their coin. But maybe we could actually transplant this model to other industries, and our artists often have a difficult time getting off the ground. So right, maybe instead of kickstarting your album or just begging your friends for money for studio time, you can actually get the music out there and get some investment from other people. Yeah, and I'm sure, like you're saying, this will stay a niche and a little more sort of for investors for the time, especially if they're smaller artists that people don't care about. But
well, like if you like, I know what's that crazy band that's over in South Africa? They do that really. Oh God, Die Antwood.
Toto.
No, it's not that one. No, no. I think it's Antwood Die. Antwood Die. Die.
Yeah, no, I wish I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry, it is. It's Die Antwood. I think.
Oh, Die Antwoord. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's a huge band. Huge band.
Yeah, so I know that they did want to sell themselves out to Sony, right? And I know that they miss out on an opportunity as well. So if they didn't want to sell themselves out, what if they were to go to the public and say, "Hey guys, I believe we could really create a lot more music." And there are other ways you can do GoFundMe's, right? But geez, wouldn't it be easier if there was a decentralized platform to say, "Hey guys, just raise a bit of LP, and this is what we can do with it, and this is how we reward you for chipping in and making this happen for us." So there's another opportunity. I'm just coming up with ideas here, but it'd be interesting if they were to look at other options within cryptocurrency.
I can really see it taking on in it, and it really only takes some big artists to jump on this thing. And this guys like this getting in here, just be patient, guys. This is just getting started. The NFTs are not going to zero. But that's all I got. That's all I got for you guys today. Unless you have anything else, Gooding.
No, mate. I think we've overloaded you guys a little bit. We did go for a little bit long, so thank you for sticking with us there. I hope we wanted to sort of interact a little more with you guys, and some really good ideas that you guys have come up with there. Some really good projects you've shared with us. So we do appreciate that. I work and study full time, so it gets difficult for me to keep up. I want to keep up. Yeah, everyone who knows when Adapt started, that's all I used to do, right? I used to just be throwing projects out left, right, and center, and we'd know what we're doing for the week. But I'm struggling. I need you guys.
We need you guys.
And
No, we all have other lives outside of here, but crypto, we got crypto on the brain, and we appreciate your support, and we appreciate your likes. We're seeing a great like-to viewer ratio, which means you guys actually do appreciate the content. So we extremely appreciate you and your time and your energy, and we'll see you very soon. There's more content coming.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll catch you later. Lambo, 100%, mate. 100% agree. See you later.